Welcome to Sailing Snack Time. We're a couple of Generation Xers whose kids have graduated high school, so we bought a boat, sold the house, and set sail to complete the Great Loop in 2026. Come join us for some fun adventures, some good drinks, and some great snacks. Episode 1, buying a Carver 530 and driving down to Florida to get to work. We decided on a 1999 Carver 530 Voyager Pilothouse. Let's take a quick before tour. All right, we're going to start by entering at the stern of the boat. Looking up at the flybridge up there, we've got a nice big glass sliding door, which makes it very warm inside. Nice comfy salon area. That couch has multiple recliners in it. Very comfortable couch. We've got 2 fridges there you can see. No freezer just yet. We've got a oven and a stove, microwave up there. We got a little table that's going to be moving. Galley's got everything you need. Moving up into the pilot house, we've got another seating area. That table from down below is going to come up here. But it's a nice big helm we have there for when the weather's pretty bad. Up on the flybridge, you can see there was a fridge we just passed by there. That's the captain's fridge. It's a nice dining area up here. The whole flybridge is enclosed in isinglass as well. You got a sink, and there's that fridge I mentioned. Full helm with all gauges and controls up top there. We go out back. A lot of people have their dinghy here because there is a crane here, but this will be a place for us to enjoy some cocktails as the sun sets. That's where we're going to be putting our Starlink antenna. There's a little hatch that leads us back down to the cockpit there. This boat's going to look quite different once we've installed some dinghy davits on the back there, on the swim platform. There goes the bell. Heading back down into the pilot house through this nice little door. You can see the helm controls right there. We've got a VHF plugged in the side there and a nice stereo also. Going down the stairs, we're going to make a left here, and this is the primary stateroom. This is our stateroom, and it is quite spacious. Decent amount of storage in here. Nice size queen bed. There was a washer and dryer on the cabinets to the left. We'll go into more detail on that in another video, but lots of closet space. As you can see, Lee gets the bigger closet. There was also a full head back there with a shower and separate toilet. This is the VIP stateroom. You see a nice big queen bed also. There's access to another head there. And this is the 3rd stateroom, the bunk stateroom. Right here at Complete Marine in Pompano Beach. After a short wait, we made it into the travel lift. It lifted us up very nervously. They had to put double slings on for us because we weigh close to 25 tons, that's 50,000 pounds, really big boat. Here we've got the surveyor with us. He's going to be checking out the whole boat once it gets temporarily blocked up, just one block in the middle to take the pressure off. You can see we've got a bow thruster up the front there. I had to zoom out to 0.5 in order to get the whole thing in, it's so big. Now we're approaching the stern of the boat. The interesting thing here is the lowest part of the boat are those propellers and those rudders. So if we're ever encountering some water that is quite shallow, it's going to do some damage. Keep an eye on this space, as that might come into play eventually. And of course, a sea trial would not be complete without a bit of rain. It rained a lot in about 15 minutes. There are a bunch of boats just kind of hanging out, waiting for the rain to pass. It's very easy to maneuver this boat and just let it sit in the middle of the channel, adjusting the bow thruster or the throttles as necessary. You hardly use the steering wheel. This is not the first snack time I've had. I've had 2 other sailboats, a powerboat for doing some fishing, but this is by far the best snack time of them all. Alright, so here's the plan. I've got this rented minivan, which somehow has 57,000 miles on it. I've never seen a rental car with that high of a mileage. And I'm driving to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, with a van full of stuff. Yeah, there's a little dinghy motor buddy let me borrow, suitcase, and pretty much every tool that I think I could possibly need. Probably about 75% of the tools in my garage are in this car right now, along with a bunch of household stuff and basically stuff we're going to need for about 2 weeks or so of living on the boat. So the goal is to get down there a few days ahead of Lee, get some maintenance done, get some cleaning, fix a couple little minor things, get the Starlink set up, get it all ready to go. So on Saturday when Lee gets into town, we can hopefully leave, start heading north. That's the plan anyway. We've got to return the rental car. Lee will arrive on Saturday. I'll return the rental car on Saturday to the airport, and then we'll take an Uber back to the boat. And then hopefully we'll be on our way. The boat runs great. I mean, we had a sea trial. Everything was great. There's a lot of maintenance things on the engine that need doing. Like you could do with an oil change. It needs the fuel filters probably replaced or at least looked at. The water strainers, belts, all the typical maintenance stuff on engines. It really needs. So I'll do a lot of that stuff now. I'll check it every day. Really needs new batteries also. They're 7-year-old batteries, and they tested pretty weak. I'm hoping it's going to make us last for 2 weeks till we get up to the Chesapeake Bay area, and then we'll address a lot of these bigger issues. But what is that? Is that a hearse? I always wanted a hearse, although it's kind of morbid. But a pretty badass looking vehicle though. It's not a hearse. Anyway, I love these long drives because I love driving, but it's always an adventure, and you never know what kind of snacks you're gonna get. For today's ride, I got some more of those cashews that are half buffalo, half ranch, and they are fantastic. I also saw next to them they had rosemary and sea salt, so I got a package of them too. I got a package of cheddar jalapeno Cheetos minis in the tube, like a Pringles tube, you know. I just love the flavor of jalapeno, especially in those Cheetos. They're so good. And I got some cotton candy flavored grapes because I want to be healthy, but yet I still like cotton candy. Got 3 bottles of water, and it's not terrible snacks. I mean, cashews aren't that bad. Gotta have your snacks for the road trip. I used to buy a bag of peanuts, like peanuts in their shell, and just as I'm driving by myself, I would have one hand in the peanut bag. I'd pull out a peanut, I'd stick that hand back into a big Ziploc bag, and I'd use that one hand to crack the peanut open because it required a lot of thinking and dexterity in order to get that peanut open, which kept me awake so I could do those long drives. And then I would drink a lot of Mountain Dew because, I mean, it's delicious. And yeah, so the first day that I would get to my destination, my mom's house in Flagler Beach, my body would be super happy with me from eating that fantastic diet, but we would make it there alive. All my kids would sleep through the night. It was a good trip. But now that I'm getting older, those kind of things catch up with you faster, so I don't do that nearly as much. I still do the long trips a lot though. That's just because it's a good adventure. There's nothing wrong with a good road trip. Just thinking about all the different places on the bay we're going to go this year on the Chesapeake. Places we haven't been yet because we had a sailboat before that had a fairly deep draft, or because the sailboat was kind of slow and you couldn't really get to where you wanted to go fast enough. This boat that we've got, this Carver 530, at 1,000 RPMs, it'll do about 8 to 9 knots, which is about 10 to 11 miles per hour, so that's basically double. Granted, it'll cost a few bucks more, lots of bucks more to get there, but that's alright. It's not ridiculously expensive. It's just expensive. It's worth it though. It's worth the experience. Something different. That's why we're doing this. Because it's something different. And we are, as my buddy Adam Ace said last night, we are doers. He says a lot of his friends just talk about doing things and don't actually do anything. Like, hey, so-and-so was gonna do this. And as my kids know, was gonna don't count. So, you gotta do it. Anyway, that's why we do a lot of things, because why not? Has some great stories. Problem is I got a terrible memory, so I can't remember a lot of the details of these things. Luckily, Lee often makes books about our trips, and honestly, Facebook does a pretty good job of reminding me when I post about things. You know, you get your little memories pop-ups that appear, which is fun. So as much as people like to diss on Facebook, it's quite handy, even for us Gen Xers. I know Facebook's for the old people, whatever. I don't use Snapchat except the filters because those are fun. I'm actually liking Instagram a lot more lately. Only specifically for the Reels, though. Facebook Reels are okay, but man, they're just filled with ads. I feel like the Instagram Reels have way less ads and way better content than the Facebook Reels. I know it's probably the same thing. As soon as you click on something, whether it be accidental or on purpose, then you see a zillion other things just like it. Advertisements I'm talking about. Well, that's not even true. It's just anything. I think I clicked on Little People Wrestling once, and now my feed is filled with little people. It's alright. Something different. Well, I'm going to put on some comedy now to listen to. Maybe a little bit of Daniel Tosh. We saw him in Vegas last year. It was a fantastic, best comedy show I've ever seen. Maybe, I probably haven't seen that many, maybe 10 or 12. But best comedy show. If you get a chance to see Daniel Tosh, go see Daniel Tosh. He's offensive. You gotta remember it's jokes, so. But he is hilarious. I never laughed so hard. It was great. But Vegas is just a good time in moderation. Everything's good in moderation. Except for snacks. You can overdo it on snacks. It's totally fine. Alright. I'll check in later. Alright, quick update. After talking about those snacks that I have, I decided I should have some. And I pulled out the grapes, the cotton candy flavored grapes. Had them before. Granted, it's been a while, and so I had them, and they were not very good. I don't know if it's just the skin is really thick on them. It's bizarrely thick. And there's a man walking down the side of 95. Yeah, they're bizarre. The skin, and they left that dry taste in your mouth. Have you ever had grapes before where they weren't just great grapes, and it's almost like they taste a little dusty? I know there's chemicals on the outside. You should wash them, but those chemicals usually taste pretty good. But this was like, it was the skin left that dry taste in your mouth. It wasn't good, so I'm not gonna eat those grapes. There we have it in the distance. The East Coast famous, south of the border. South of the border of North Carolina, that is. I've only been there once, and that was just to use the facilities, and that was plenty enough time. Ironically, look what song was playing. Alright, I just had one of the worst feelings in the world, followed up immediately by one of the best feelings in the world. Can anybody guess what I'm about to say? Yep, police lights in my rear view mirror, coming up fast behind me. The worst feeling, along with the best feeling of the sheriff pulling over the person behind me. Woohoo! Actually, I wasn't speeding that bad. I was doing like 76 and a 70. Because I'm old now, so I just set my cruise to like 6 or 7 over the limit because they don't usually pull you over for that. But this guy was coming up fast behind me, and then I saw us go through that speed trap, and then I saw him come out, and then I saw the guy behind me slow down in a panic, and then I saw him get pulled over. So it was a bit exciting. Been a very uneventful drive so far, which is how you want 12-hour drives to be. I will say I got a snack that I brought with me. I think I mentioned it earlier, and I can't say enough about how good this stuff is. Planters Duos. This is the buffalo and ranch flavored Planters Duos. It is almonds and cashews dusted with ranch and buffalo. I think the almonds are the ranch and the cashews are the buffalo. But damn, they're delicious. They're all gone. I got about just over 2 hours left to go, I think. Should get to my destination about 5 o'clock, just in time for happy hour with my mom. And that's it. Have some dinner, watch the Caps game tonight. Go Caps. Game 5 against the Montreal Canadiens. Or the Habs if you're a hockey fan. And then the rest of the day, the rest of the trip will be tomorrow morning, 4 hours to get to Fort Lauderdale. Then the fun begins. Ooh, a Buc-ee's sign. Oh, coming soon. Yes, if you're my daughter watching this, you know that I did not like, or even Lee watching this, you didn't know that I was not excited for Buc-ee's before, and we went in there and it was ridiculously huge and amazing, and they had so many snacks I wanted to buy them all. But I didn't. But maybe I will this time. No, I'm not even hungry, honestly. Flagler Beach. What a great scene, vision to arrive to. The ocean, clear blue skies, and a couple beach bars in view. Where we will be shortly, having a delicious happy hour beverage, or 3. It's the new Margaritaville Hotel that's getting built there. Got fins up on the top left there with the flag flying. We're gonna head south on A1A, Beachfront Avenue. And on our way down to the southern half of Flagler Beach. You never know what you're going to see down here in Flagler Beach either. Some say it's a drinking town with a fishing problem. Some say it's a fishing town with a drinking problem. I think it's just a really cool little town. It's actually one of the few beaches in the United States that you are allowed to have dogs and alcohol on the beach at the same time. You cannot do it within 10 streets of the pier, but as long as you're further away from 10 blocks from the pier, you're good to go. Which is where I'll be. I don't have a dog though, but my mom does. Funky Pelican. There's a fishing pier there, but it's been destroyed in the last couple of hurricanes. And I think they just got funding to have it rebuilt by the government, so that's nice. A lot of good little restaurants down here. It's a golf cart community too, so as long as you keep your golf cart off of A1A, then you're good to go. A lot of surfers. This is a great little bar here. Actually, it's a big bar. Tortugas. Some live music out there today. house last time I was here on the right. It's a tiny little place. Some good drinks. And some snacks too, of course. Obviously they have problems with hurricanes and they've had these dunes restored. They've done a lot of engineering to try and figure out the best way to make it not get washed out every time. That's what this weird curb is in the middle here. It's actually a big drainage ditch, so that when the water comes up, it can drain out through the middle of the road. Heading out down to the boat today. 4-hour drive. Just waking up here in Flagler Beach. Beautiful morning. Not a cloud in the sky. Actually, there's a cloud over there. Such a peaceful spot here, Flagler Beach. That's where we ate dinner last night. Tortugas. All those shield shade things roll up. There's TVs, bar, live music. Very nice little place. But this is the only reason to get up early in the morning. Getting ready for the sunrise. There's a guy with a drone over there. Looks like he's getting ready to take some pictures. My trusty steed that I've been driving down all this way. Beautiful 57,000 mile Plymouth Voyager minivan. Chrysler Voyager, I think it is actually. Yeah, a rental car with 57,000 miles. Isn't that crazy? It's been a good car though. Got great gas mileage, almost 30. It's loaded. All right, I'm on my way. My journey to Fort Lauderdale. I'm coming up on this shed or house or something on the back of a trailer, and it's doing 80 miles an hour. I'm telling you, this road is like a racetrack. Just how we left her. Join us next week when I unload the van and get started on some projects.